Live.
I don't know. I get a little tired of hearing, right?
The 99 is terrible. Here, I'm lacking for some reason. It's real white and flabby.
WTF. What are we doing?
Eddie, I tell everybody to listen that we're a really big deal.
Continues to grow and grow and grow.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 29 of Goat Talk here on May the 1st. We made it.
Wow.
It's going to be May, as they say. And here we are on Goat Talk, presented by SAVE22 here on ATYL Media. Glad to have everybody here and everybody that's rolling in as we'll get this thing rolling. And we're here.
Aren't we like 3 days away from like Star Wars Day?
Yeah, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said May the 1st, and I was just going to roll with it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Skylar Dailey with us here tonight. What's going on, Skylar?
Oh, just enjoying a nice day off and hanging out with you guys.
Imagine your day off, you have to be here.
Yeah. Terrible way to do this.
That sucks.
Believe it or not, I can think of worse places, so it's not too bad.
That's fair.
Yeah, hell, yeah, that's about it. Well, we got a lot. Thank you for joining us, Skylar.
Yes.
It's always cool for our members to make time. I know everybody's busy. They got so much stuff going on. And to have our members in here, especially our Warriors, to be on the podcast, get to know them a little bit better. That's always what we love to do here. So thank everybody for joining us. But, yeah, we got to take a little bit of time up front to do a little bit of I don't know what to say, sponsor loving. I don't know. That's not what I should have said. But anyway, Save22 Vet, Save22.vet, at Save22Vet on YouTube. Go check them out. They are the sponsor of this particular podcast and another podcast called Tuesday Talk on at Save22Vet. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Could you put your head above the thing?
Is this good?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
They're actually getting used to it. They're doing the whole hey type thing. I love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, come over here. Take a picture of that.
Oh, it flashed when you did that on my end.
Oh.
But there you go, Save22.vet. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go do that. We've been asking for that. I know many of you have, so it's not a blanket statement. Don't get your feelings hurt. If you've done it, I know you have. We appreciate y'all. But if you haven't, go over there, throw them a subscription. Doesn't cost you anything, and sure does make a huge difference for them as far as getting that Tuesday Talk out there. So want to thank Save22. Really awesome to have them on board. And then also happyhourracing.com/ATYL. Go on there if you got some we got a race coming up, few races coming up that we might need some gear for. So I can't think of a better place to support those who support us. And go to happyhourracing.com/ATYL if you want some racing memorabilia. Pick the hardest word to say.
Yeah,
and scan that
apparel.
QR code. Go
lots
to
of
that.
apparel.
Hats. I mean, I don't wear cups, and they have cups, so it's not really just apparel. So, /ATYL is what you want to make sure you type in there. That way, it lets them know where you came from. So, that's our sponsor for these podcasts, and also want to let's see. We're doing music because I didn't prepare for this.
Catchy tune. I mean, you're doing good.
Oh, I don't have the right one. Hang on a second.
Okay. I mean, we can.
Boom! There it is. Hot dog. Go Locker Racing. Want you? Hey, look. We have said it in all the broadcasts. You've heard it everywhere. People have been posting on Facebook. First off, thank you guys for stepping up to the plate, helping with this initiative. Pat, I'm going to let you talk about this instead of my dumb tail talking about it. So I'm going to let you talk about it soon. Very soon, I'm going to let you talk about it and let you give your spiel. In a moment, I'm going to give it off to you and let you talk about this very important thing and me not talk too much and give you an opportunity to talk. And that time is now. Go.
Wow. That was a hell of a setup for that one, but I appreciate you actually being quiet for just a couple moments here. But yes, everybody knows that we got this awesome grant through the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs. We just submitted again this year for the grant as well. And one of the things they're doing is trying to reach out to veterans digitally and in different ways. And so we got a unique QR code from them. And so when you scan that QR code, it'll open up your text messaging. Goat Locker will already be there. You just hit send, and it'll give you a bunch of information about Goat Locker and also the link to our website. So please click that if you want to come check us out. If you haven't visited the website in a little while, we've got all the sim rig video giveaways on the homepage now, and all kinds of cool stuff. And then periodically, the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs will text you some information and some resources that you could utilize. And all it is just in an effort to identify as many veterans as we possibly can that can not only benefit for what we're doing here at Goat Locker Racing, but that could also benefit from some of the things that the Department of Veterans Affairs has to offer. So yes, please, you'll find this on all our social media. Share it wherever you can share it. Scan it. Or you can text the
79848. Text Goat Locker, one word, to 79848.
Yeah, back over to Eddie. I mean, he was going to jump in anyway there. But no, really cool graphic, though, by the way. I thought it was.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and so definitely jump on that if you haven't already. Tell your friends and family. I know I've had a couple family members tell me, "Hey, I've done it," and that makes a huge difference. So
it does.
Great job, everybody, for doing it. We got a bunch of people in chat. We got Jamie Lipke. We got Charles Abert. We got Alan Smith. We got Drifter Jace. I don't know who that is, but glad to have you, Drifter Jace.
Absolutely.
Chuck Feltz and Noah Hogard and David Calvert. So what's going on, everybody? Bunch of you here watching tonight. But tonight, we got a lot to talk about. There's so much going on in Goat Locker. But tonight, we got Skylar Dailey in here. So we want to get to know you a little bit, Skylar. You know how it is. You know how it goes here. So talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're currently doing, what your role is in the Navy. And, just kind of let you go after it.
All right. Yeah. So grew up in Vermont, very small town. And, I joined the Navy when I was 21, went out, got tired of the cold up there. I was doing electrical work. I was like, maybe this working on the mountain in the middle of winter before the heat's on is getting kind of old. So I decided, I'll do 4 years, test it out, see how I like it. Now I'm 11 and some change years in and still going. I started off on the West Coast in San Diego, did a deployment over there, did some rim packs. Beautiful out there. The beaches are amazing. And then I decided to move over to the East Coast. More ships over here, another deployment. Funny part about the Navy is they said you travel a little bit, but the only place they sent me is the Fifth Fleet in the Middle East. But, been to Greece once, so that was nice. So I'm doing electrician's mate in the Navy. So what I do is I take care of the electrical equipment on the ship, generators, lights, aircraft stuff, all that fun stuff. That's pretty much what I run around doing. And just everybody breaks something and I got to fix it. It's my whole job. Never ends. Yep.
So what's a day like for you? A normal day? What's it like?
Go in, we do our quarters, get everything set up. We got our maintenance that we got to do, but usually about halfway through, we're done our maintenance, getting ready to go for the day. And somebody says, "Hey, this just broke and I need it fixed by tomorrow." So we stay late and fix it. That's pretty much, there's always something. It never ends, but it's a good time.
Yeah. So, 11 years now at this point in time. Are you going to make it a career? Where are you heading with it? I mean,
I'm halfway over, so I'm going to do my 20 and see where it takes me.
That's what I'm talking about. So tell us a little bit about you. We'll talk more about your time in the Navy and especially how you found Goat Locker and all that stuff. But what are some of your hobbies you enjoy doing? Do you got a family, wife, kids? Tell us about Skylar the person.
So I got a wife, 3 kids. I got 2 girls and a boy. I like, outside fishing, hunting. I love racing, any kind of racing. I don't even care if I know what it's about. As long as they're turning, I'm happy. So
I love it. What kind of fishing do you do?
I just bought a kayak right after deployment. So I've been out there just learning that. I grew up, fishing on the boat every weekend.
Yep.
Freshwater stuff. I'm trying to get into the saltwater, but it's a little learning curve for me because I don't know what half that stuff is. So.
No, I'm a freshwater guy myself. Love going bass fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely enjoy it to death, man. But awesome. Well, we talked a little bit about you and, some of the things in the family and all that other kind of crazy stuff. So how did you find Goat Locker Racing?
So on deployment, super bored because we never hit any ports because, Fifth Fleet. Going around, messing around on the computer on some of my time off and my top snipe comes up. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I was watching some racing video, dirt racing, and he's a big dirt racer guy. He's like, oh, I do that in iRacing. I was like, oh, iRacing. So I checked that out. I'm like, that's pretty cool. So he got me into it. Then we came back from deployment, and I bought my sim rig, just the basic G23 or 923. And then I was on duty, Googling around, and you guys popped up, and I was like, that kind of, it actually seems like a pretty cool thing. So I went in there, signed up, joined in, and here we are. Now I'm bothering you here.
What do you search? What are you searching that comes up with Goat Locker? Are you typing in like, Goober iRacing League, or like iRacing
Honestly,
League where I'm the smartest guy here? Like, what are you typing in?
Not nice.
I don't even know. It was like a 3 a.m. Google search, just trying to survive. And
good thing.
You guys popped up.
Yeah, well, I'm going to back up a little bit because I want to talk a little bit about kayak fishing, because it's one of the purest forms of fishing. I love kayaks because you can go in all these little places and stuff that boats can't get to. You're always seems like you're always fighting those freaking boats as people are trolling around, and I'm like, man, get out of here. Yeah. So far, have you enjoyed the kayak fishing? Has that been something that you really like?
Oh, it's not. It's quiet. I just go out there. If I want to, I put my son on there. He's only 3, so I just throw him in the front. Yeah. Go for about an hour until he starts complaining. Then my wife will be on the paddle boat. Just throw him over and keep going fishing.
Yeah, you can actually scoot the kayak across. Places that boats would just kind of crash into. You pick it up, scoot it across, and
you can go anywhere. I got like a little rope. I'll just tie off to a log somewhere and hang out for an hour, just chilling. Yeah, it's just relaxing. It's good form.
Yeah, that's I want to do more of that for sure. I love kayaking. Yes. It's great. Okay, well, so do you have like a sim racing background? Have you been racing? Have you raced before? Or is this like the first shot?
This is it. This is the first shot after deployment. I was like, I'm getting one thing for me. This is it right here. And talked the wife into it. And
what does the old lady think about it? Sorry, I didn't mean to call your wife old lady. Your wife.
I do the same thing.
Okay.
She puts up with it. She knows I come out here, have a good time. Like, race on Mondays, try to do Sundays and Thursdays when I can. Just a couple days, just relax, lets me unwind. Might be some extra chores involved, but it's fine.
Yeah. Are you an oval racing guy, or is that like, how did you? Are you like dirt? Or are you like road courses? What?
For me, it was always so we got a small asphalt oval back home, and my dad worked on late models growing up, so I was always every Thursday night we were at the track, and eventually, I got on the quote unquote on the pit crew there for a little while, helping out, just having a good time. And growing up, it was every Thursday we're at the racetrack. We had Thunder Road in Vermont. We go to Oxford Plains in Maine, St. Croix up in Canada. We go up there for the American Canadian Tour. We go to Loudon all the time. Like I think I was like 5 years old the first year I went to Loudon. I think that was back when like Ernie Irvin won, or like it was way back. It's
when Jeff Burton was killing everybody there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think that's the only race that somebody's led every lap. Is that all right? Or he lapped the field. One of the two. Wasn't it something like that?
All right, everybody in the audience, Google this stuff because
let us know.
Jeff Gordon ran. I want to say it was Dover and led all the laps one race.
Possible.
Yeah. I can't quite remember, but there was something about Burton.
Jeff Burton did something crazy there.
Yeah, at Loudon. It
was kicking everybody's butt.
So, Skylar, how did you get into, you just told us you just recently got into iRacing and all this other kind of crazy stuff, and you were busting out some of the craziest paint schemes and logos guys that I've seen that have years doing this can't match, man. How did you just gravitate towards that and then just start? Yeah, just tell us all about that, because it's been wild to see the designs and everything you come up with.
I just kind of saw somebody making trading paint stuff on YouTube one day, and I was like, no, that kind of looks kind of cool. I'm going to kind of get in there, see what I can do. And eventually I'm not sure if it's ADHD or me just being bored, but I just enjoy going in there and doing it. But I just like tinkering around with things, whether it's, helping out broadcasting. I got 3D printers over here. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I just love tinkering on stuff, fixing things, and just creating stuff in general.
Well, I think it's time to move on from the Goat Locker logo. I think you've turned everything into Goat Locker Racing.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
The
Nothing wrong.
87 series is going to be a bunch of like Goat Locker throwback themes. No, I'm kidding. These are awesome.
Yeah.
You found like this weird niche that that you kind of jumped into. This is blasphemy. I'll just be honest.
No, it's not.
It is a complete blasphemy that it doesn't say Tide on there. But no, this is really cool. It's some cool stuff. And then you're kind of throwing them on there for people to use that they can put on their own card, which is awesome. Sorry, Noah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I had to do it.
That's something.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so many things. You just kind of like you're on like you go on like an Adderall little like binge.
Yeah.
Just go nuts.
So I go and pick my son up from daycare. Come in here. He comes in here, hangs out with me. This is the quote unquote game room we got here. I'll hop on the computer. He'll sit here right with me. We'll watch racing, and I'll be tooling around on the paints, and we just have a good time just hanging out.
What are the ages of your kids?
I got my son. He's my youngest. He's 3. I got a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Oh wow,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do any other the other kids are they interested at all at sim racing? Does that?
My 6-year-old scares me already.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So 3-year-old loves racing, watching racing. My 6-year-old, I got them little stand for my wheels, goes all the way down, kind of fits her, but it's a little too long. Yeah. I put her in a late model at Phoenix one night. I'm like, yeah, just go to town. And I forgot I didn't take it off of manual shifting. And so she's like, Dad, I can't get it to move. I'm like, oh, I got you. You got to press this pedal, then you can shift it to the next one. She's like, okay. I go get a drink, come back. She's 120 miles an hour down the backstretch. I'm like, what in the world? And she's just going. Like,
love it.
Oh boy. Yep.
Cool.
She'll be up here probably better than I am here in about 3 weeks. The way she's going.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yep.
Well, you've been getting into some broadcasting too, huh?
That's right.
Trying.
How about that so far? What are your thoughts? How do you like it? I
enjoy it. It's fun. It's different. It's you gotta stay focused on it. Try different things. Try to keep everybody entertained. It's something new for me, so it's really piqued my interest, and that we get to show off the GT3 series. We recorded some of the late models, some of the stuff that hasn't really been seen too much. Try to get everybody a little bit of love around here, and it's fun just learning stuff and watching racing.
You produced the GT3 series last week, and which high praise for the broadcast. And honestly, I enjoyed it, even though the race was sort of spread out. The race was enjoyable. I think GT3 races just in general, it's easy to find things that are just because of those cars and that track in particular. I felt like
there's always somebody doing something.
Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah, I thought y'all did a fantastic job. We had a 3-man. It was very chaotic.
Yes.
There a 3-man booth we were piddling around with. That'll be something that'll be coming up later. I wanted to see how that worked, and then had Cunningham and Jacob Linke in there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Jacob Linke's pretty good, huh? I'm starting to enjoy his announcing. So
yeah, I've caught him a couple of different times. A couple of the highlights and things along those lines. He's got a lot of excitement in his voice, and so yeah. We've been playing this thing for a while now, and it's so awesome to see some of these guys coming up. And I do think it's really cool to the broadcast for the sports car series and also for the late models, so everybody gets a chance to kind of check it out. And so yeah, man, cannot wait for the summer series and getting some of these guys in the booth full time. Yeah.
Skylar's got. I think you're going to be sort of like the number one backup, the 6th man, if you will.
6 man.
Yeah, we'll could throw you in there. I know you say your schedule's not the best to lock down on a whole season, but
no, it is not.
Yeah.
The old duty days, they come around pretty often.
Yeah, well, I could say that it's always good. Well, I've just been pleased that we've had. A freaking broadcast. I'm going to talk about it because that's what I care about. But
you care about a lot of things.
But yeah, I've been really blown away of the response that we've gotten from our members to want to be a part of this, and producers and stuff are hard to come by in the broadcast community and iRacing. It's really hard to find somebody that has the tech knowledge to figure it out, B has the computer to pull it off, and also C who can put it all together and have a little bit of creativity, and then be willing to work through it to, it's not something that can be taught, in my opinion. I think I can, I think it's something you could help somebody with, but you've got to just do it, and find your own little way. And so it's so cool to see everybody that has stepped up, and we got some really talented people.
My 14-year-old walking by. Like they don't know what's happening. He's just cruising by in his little jammy shorts and stuff.
Yeah. Y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever seen this. Do y'all know who Brian Wilson is? He was a pitcher for the San Francisco Giants years ago. Okay. Well, look up a video of his. He did a interview on, I can't show it. But it's same vein of what you're just talking about, where he is doing an interview with SportsCenter, and something walks around in the background that's worth a Google. So don't do it. Not safe for work. I don't know. It's not that bad, but it's a little weird. So, but go check that out. Brian Wilson. If y'all have ever watched a compilation of Brian Wilson interviews, it's worth 10 minutes for sure. It's entertaining. But yeah, so excited to get some of these broadcast stuff going, and to have you, somebody that I've kind of talked about as being somebody who doesn't need to be handheld. You were just kind of jumping there, sending me stuff, and I was like, okay, let me see what's changed, and I get it and open it up. I'm like, oh wow, like this has gone really good. So like you jumped in there, did all the stuff. So having somebody as good as you that be sort of a flex in on a night somebody has some trouble or something, that's going to be amazing to have. You just don't get that anywhere else. So Goat Locker is so awesome.
We try. He's trying. I'm just hanging out.
I'm trying.
Yeah. I'm just hanging out with that guy. That guy. I never know which way to point. I don't know why I can't get.
Yeah, because it's reversed. I think.
Yeah, I think
cameras are reversed.
Yeah, so I gotta. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like
one of those directions.
Yeah. See, down is easy. I mean, like, hey, there's Skylar right there. But when I gotta see, I still. Well, whatever. That's we'll figure these things.
Jacob Blinky says, "Got to work on the vocabulary, but it's all work in progress. Glad to have the opportunity." Heck yeah, man. Chuck Belt says agreed in regards to Linky. So a lot of love for Linky out there, and it's because he's put in the work. He's doing the work. He's actively asking questions. He's coming in trying to be better, and it immediately, like after the first couple broadcasts, you immediately go, okay, he could handle. And he did the solo broadcast that y'all did on like Thursday nights. And it's really good. Like he's really good already. So excited for that, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely putting a bunch of practice in. We'll get together a little bit beforehand and kind of run through some things, try to go over a little bit. So if he says something, I'm my cue to go to that, or if I say something, his cue to go to that. It's a little bit of teamwork working on.
Yeah. It's a lot of teamwork, isn't it? It's a lot more than you think it is. It's a fun test in how good you work with others, I think. That's probably my biggest. It's my biggest challenge because I have done it sort of by myself, and I'm an only child. So I have that sort of I'll do it myself mentality. And so it's always tough to I love it as a producer to be in the background and let the announcers do their thing and me have to assist them. How do I make them not look like idiots? Don't make them look stupid. That's my number one goal is don't do any crazy stuff, but also don't make them look stupid. Work off of what they're going. And it's so fun when you get with somebody who the brain waves just sync up without even having to say anything. And like, I think that even happened Saturday night where somebody was about to talk about a driver and you went right to that driver.
Yeah, I was kind of letting them, drive the broadcast, and I was like, all right, they're starting to talk about somebody. I'm like, all right, let's bring it over, pop it up.
Well, I think there was a couple times though where you did it instantaneously, and that happens a lot. Like on Friday nights, that happens a lot where it's just we all know what we need to be talking about at this moment. We all get on that same page. It's it's such a fun thing to be a part of a team like that and put on really cool shows. So
yeah, it was cool. Just watching the standings, the live timing, and all that. And they're starting to talk about somebody. I'm like, hey, there's something going on over here. I'll pop it up, and they took right over. It was nice.
Yeah. Imagine what the booth was like when Pat and Jamie were there together.
It was amazing.
What was that like?
It was phenomenal. We had a blast, man. And I've told you plenty of times, Eddie, and I miss broadcasting. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. And I think, a lot of people, you talk about it a lot, Eddie, but I don't think a lot of people really understand the work that goes into it when you've got, 73 programs running and you're trying to figure out, and you're trying to catch a glimpse of this and switch your camera over to that, but you're also trying to call a race and, but you get the practice reps in and those types of things. You kind of find your own rhythm, you find your own voice. And if you can get some chemistry with a booth, with a couple other people, it just becomes really awesome. I mean, me and Jamie called so many races together. I mean, and we've just been friends forever and ever and ever and ever. Yep. We had some pretty natural chemistry in there, but it can be a whole heck of a lot of fun. And I do miss being in the booth. It's maybe one of these days.
The summer series is a great opportunity for noobs to get in the booth. So we'll get you in the booth and
what? No.
Get some new guys in the booth so they can flounder around. We'll get you in there.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
But it would be a good opportunity, I think, for it'd be really cool to have you. I know Jamie probably won't be around much, but if we can get you and him in a booth one day, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool little throwback to Goat Locker at the very beginning. Be a cool.
We can make that one happen.
Let's do it then.
I think it'd be fun.
We run the show. Hell, we can do whatever we want to.
That's true. So I'll figure out his schedule, and then we'll make that one happen for sure.
Yeah, get y'all in one of these 87 races.
Well, I got a race in the 87 race.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, well, I guess I don't have to, but I kind of like to.
Well, I'd like.
Skylar's painting me a car, so I got to run it.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Out.
He's like, what?
Is that
all right? No, I'm doing tomorrow. Got it.
It's my day off. I guess I'll paint your damn car.
Yeah,
I got my car.
Yeah. Excited when we just announced that, by the way.
Kind of officially.
We might as well talk about it a little bit more. Summer series is out. We're gonna keep everybody's favorites. The Glove Station ARCA series. We got the Invets Truck series. That'll be Sunday, Monday. Flip it around. Trucks on Sunday. Monday will be ARCA, and then we got the 87 series on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know. Have I leaked the schedule already?
Well, like your schedule?
Yeah.
Like the 87 schedule?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I haven't leaked the schedule. All right, I'm going to leak it now. I'm going to leak it.
Yeah,
I'm leaking the schedule. I got to find it, though.
We'll give you the time.
I actually have it.
But we also have the IndyCar series that's happening on Wednesdays. And then those are going to be the 4 main series for the summer series. And, those will be the ones that are broadcasted and things along those lines. Now, we also have a couple other series that are coming back as well. So on Thursdays, we'll have the Thursday Thunder, I think it is, right before Goat Talk. And they're going to take the SRX cars and do some heat style racing with those. I think, Skylar, you're involved with that, correct?
Yes. I was talking to Dan about it, trying to get involved, help out a little bit with that.
Yeah, so Dan's going to kind of head that up. We've been wanting to test out some heat racing anyway. And there was a little bit of buzz about, bringing the SRX car in. So we said, what the heck, why not? And then the sports cars, there's been enough interest and people excited about it that, they want to keep it. But, since we're not doing anything, we're going to take the trucks off of Friday, give them a break. They were like, can we have Friday? Can we have Friday? And I'm like, yeah, you can have Friday. So the sports cars are going to go on Friday nights.
What a turn of events.
I'm excited, man.
The sports car thing, we just couldn't get it off the ground before, but now it's got this overwhelming momentum behind it.
There's a solid 15 to 20-ish guys that really are making that thing go. Yep. Guys like Kevin Price and Ken Huber, and I'm going to miss some people's names, Zachary Menace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby
Germain, and of course, Tim Jones for heading the whole thing up, piecing it together and all the things he's doing with it. But there's just been this really cool group of guys that have gotten together that have just come hell or high water. I don't think the sports cars are leaving Goat Locker. They might change a little bit, who knows? I would love to get to a point in time to where we actually got some different classes, if we can get enough interest there, but we're going to do some heavy advertising as we always do and see if we can't beef it up even more. But But yeah, we got those 4 main series, which was, just jump in Discord. You'll see it in there. We moved the summer series Discord channel back up again, and we threw the schedule out there. But keep in mind, we're going to have some other things happening as well, just besides those 4 main series. But yeah, I mean, if you've got a schedule, Eddie, go ahead, man.
Well, I have it in Canva. I haven't released it because look, I've learned my lesson to not jump the gun with you because you'll jump on me. So, but the schedule for the 87 series is Old Daytona for the first race.
Ooh.
And then Rockingham for the second race. And Charlotte for the third race. Talladega for the fourth race.
Okay.
Darlington for race number 5.
Oof.
North Wilkesboro for number 6. Dover Downs, and then Old Atlanta. That's going to be your 87 schedule. So,
and I'm telling you what, if you've never slung one of those cars around Rockingham, you are in for an experience.
Rockingham is a fun track, man.
It is.
I love it in pretty much every car. It's so fun. It's kind of like to me, it feels people are gonna disagree with this, but it feels similar to like a bigger national fairgrounds with a little bit more bumps, like the way that it races. You kind of just drive it in there, and it's like, if you're man enough, you drive down the corner, you gas it up and just let it go. But some people aren't, and it just kind of makes the separation where the speed differences. Kind of thing. Same thing that makes like Dover and Darlington kind of great. You get those big speed differentials if you mess the corner up, which creates a lot of really good passing. So Rockingham was so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know why you went with Old Daytona, but
well, you know why
we're gonna wear out the shocks in those cars. I can tell you that.
You know why?
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
There is 100%, because I agree. I would rather do the new Daytona. But the reason why I do old Daytona, every time I've done an 87 series where I say Daytona, everybody's like, oh, you should have done the old Daytona. Okay. I jumped ahead of the comments.
You did. Okay.
I jumped ahead.
Got it.
I don't have to hear about it. The only thing I heard was, I don't know why you did the old Daytona. So you can't please anybody.
No, you can't. You really can't.
Don't make any mistakes either. Don't make any typos or anything.
Don't do that one. Ever in life.
But yeah, I thought that we were going to take it easy in the summer series, but it sounds like we're going just as ham as we did in the spring and fall. How about that?
It's just awesome, man. It's awesome to see how many people are excited about it, that want to be involved with it. No matter how much you try to slow the train down a little bit, which we typically try to do in the summer to allow people to enjoy, the summer and time and all. Everybody's like, no. Shove more racing in. And I'm like, okay. We're just gonna keep on keeping on then. But it's gonna be a great test bed for a couple different things. The 87 series, bringing Indy cars back is fun. This new broadcast team is going to be an absolute blast. So we get to play with a lot of really cool things over the summer, have a lot of fun with it. I'm anxious to see how the heat racing goes and all that other fun stuff, because it just adds another dynamic to Goat Locker racing for people to get involved with. And then, as I said before, I'm super excited about the sports car series. Yeah. I've always wanted to see it go. I haven't been able to participate, but I've always wanted to see it go and to see it where it's at now and how it's
fun to watch.
Yeah,
like those are fun to watch. Those races are fun to watch a broadcast with. Road courses in general are just fun. So I love it. I'm hoping that participation stays up. We've got this little niche group of guys who run it and makes it healthy. But yeah, broadcast teams for the 4 races are already kind of set. We'll see if it holds, but for the most part, we got everything scheduled out, ready to roll. So that's so cool, man. It's so cool that we're able to do that. And shout out to everybody who's that reached out and wanted to start their own series. Everybody likes to be the idea guy. I've got this cool idea for a series. It's like, okay, well, you run it. No, I don't want to do that.
But that happens a lot.
There's a lot of idea guys, but not in Goat Locker. There is a lot of guys who want to just put I want this thing, so I'm going to go get it. And so you got Daniel Kerkeels, you've got Tim Jones, you've got
Jacob Linke,
Logan Sturgeon for the Xfinity. He's been trying to get a damn Xfinity series going for a long time, and finally it kind of stuck. Yeah, so it's cool to see guys who are stepping up saying, hey, this is my baby. I'm going to run it. I want to take, charge and not put it on somebody else. So, you know what? For my go to the week, it's going to be those guys who stepped up and said, I'm going to run a series. So Jacob Linke, Daniel Kikil, Tim Jones, who made it happen. Those are my goat of the week. So I'm going to take all three. Pat, who you got for goat of the week?
That's 2 weeks in a row you have softballed this, man. You have taken the low-hanging fruit.
But it was a good segue.
It was a perfect segue. That is the hands down the best segue that you have done by far.
He was waiting to press that button.
He was
waiting.
One of these days, I'll put it all together and it'll be good.
So my go to the week is the month of May. So the month of May is mental health awareness, and we'll talk about that here in a couple minutes. But it's also Military Appreciation Month, and so there's a lot of things that are happening that are near and dear to Goat Locker Racing's heart. Because obviously we were founded on the premise of helping our nation's warriors and first responders with their struggles with mental health and things along those lines. So we're going to do some cool things this month. You're going to see some graphics and things like that, but know that it to us, it's more than just a month. This is a part of our mission and what we're doing. So we're going to do some things along with that. But as I kind of put out in the post today, anybody that is struggling with their mental health or just needs a little bit of help, this is why we exist. Please, by all means, pick up the phone, reach out on Discord. A lot of times it's much easier just to send a message and just go through a chat with somebody. There are guys on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you'd be surprised. So at any point in time, if you're struggling with anything, please jump in Discord, ask for a little bit of help. And of course, the Veteran Crisis line is 988. If you don't want to reach out to anybody here within Goat Locker Racing, I get it. I understand. The crisis line is always there for you, 988. And then since Eddie took 3 goats of the week, so I took, the month of May.
You took a whole month. I don't want to hear it.
I did. But hey, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Jamie Lipke. He got his first win tonight in Goat Locker in the late model series. Like, I know he won an AM race before, in ARCA. But this time he was the first car to cross the start finish line and won a damn race. Congratulations to him. Man, that's exciting. Anytime anybody grabs that first win, it's exciting. So congratulations, Jamie. I mean, well-deserved, man. Long time coming.
Heck yeah. Brian Frawhiger got his first official win. I think either today or yesterday. So congratulations to Frog. Good to see these guys with success out there. And hey, don't be afraid to show off your success in Discord. We want to support you. All right, Skylar, super on the spot. We took all the good ones.
We did.
All the good ones.
Go to the week.
Well, honestly, it's really hard to pinpoint any one person for me because I've jumped in here and everybody's just been awesome. You guys putting this on, everybody in the chat helping me figure things out, maybe some close calls I've had with some other drivers, but it's all come out. Good criticism. Do this, do that. Learn for the next time. So kind of just Goat Locker Racing. That's who I got.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Goat Locker Racing is the goat of the week. Well,
that's right.
I love
it. Hey, there we go. Come on. I love it too.
Well, I mean, sorry, Skylar, it's going to be a little bit awkward, but it is what it is, and that is your Warrior Spotlight. Here, we'll get rid of him for a minute.
Yeah, just get rid of him. Yeah, that way.
That's fine.
It's not weird.
Boom. There we go. Gone. He doesn't know what's going on. I don't know if he can actually hear it at this moment, so we'll save him having to listen to us talk about himself. But we're going to talk about him because he's important to us as a league for sure. And Skylar is the Warrior Spotlight, and he is active duty sailor currently serving aboard the USS Philippine Sea. He has made multiple deployments from both the West and East Coast, which you heard about just a minute ago. Mm-hmm. Most recently to the Red Sea, providing critical assistance to merchant vessels after attacks by is it Houthi or Houthi, Pat?
Don't ever ask me to pronounce something.
All right, forces. And we're proud to have Skylar as a part of the GLR family. So appreciate him. He is our Warrior Spotlight. And we have the Warrior Spotlight now with us. So
it's back.
That's you.
Yep.
Well, let's talk some nonprofit stuff, Pat. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and you actually just talked about one. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it, so I can use this image that I made, or not. I didn't made. I put together, or I just stole from you. But this right here, you're talking about that mental health scan here. We don't really know where that scan goes. So tell us where that. If you scan that, where does it go?
So if you scan that right there, it's the same. It's an IDVA code. So it's going to take you into your text messaging again. So you can. I felt that was important to put on this one because it could share a lot of resources with you. And so scan there, it'll take you into the text messaging thing. And again, you signed up for some text messages from the Department of Veterans Affairs. And it could be, that one random text message that you get could be the resource that you're actually looking for and could help you out. So again, we'll do a lot of really cool things this month centered around this, but definitely wanted to get this out today. And you'll see this across social media as well. And if you want to share it, we sure would appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll talk a little bit about some nonprofit stuff as my brain short circuits. Y'all remember that movie Short Circuit? That that movie.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about that enough.
That was an '80s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? What I want to hear. Yeah. What's everybody's favorite '80s movie? What's that? What I want to hear it.
We're just gonna pause right there and do that. Let them pile in.
I'm practicing my segues, sir.
Oh, sorry. What was the damn robot's name?
Johnny Five.
That's right.
Yeah. I can't say it the way I want to these days. 2025 is not appropriate, I guess. But I always loved those Short Circuit movies. They were really awesome.
I got confused by that right there.
There were 3 of them. No, he was Indian. I wasn't gonna do I wasn't gonna do the accent. Is what I'm saying.
No.
If you'd like to, you're more than welcome. This is your ship. If you want to sink it, it's up to you, bud.
Why would I sink the ship? I mean, if you're just doing an impersonation, I mean, no. Okay.
But yeah, those are really good movies. I loved them. What's everybody's favorite '80s movie? Skylar, you got a good '80s movie?
Good '80s movie.
Yeah. He's like,
I don't know, I feel like I've seen a bunch of them at this point.
Well.
That's a very good question.
Johnny
the
Five
80s
alive.
movie.
Love it.
The Lost Boys. We got
Lost Boys is pretty
The
good.
Beast. All right.
I'm not familiar with The Beast, or maybe I am, and I just can't think of it. I don't know.
Give us some details on The Beast.
Give me some details on that one. I'm also trying to think in my brain, like, because decades kind of mesh together.
They really do.
Is it really like a '80s movie that I'm thinking of? Waterworld? No, that was like the hugest flop in the history of movies.
It's so hard to pick.
Somebody was going to do it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick. It's really hard to pick a favorite. That's like the '80s, like '90s. I can pick a favorite, I think, but '80s I would have a real tough time picking a favorite. Because like the first thing that came to mind was Real Genius, which is one of my favorite movies. Val Kilmer was in, probably one of the best performances I've ever seen out of a. He's not a comedian, he's an actor, but he gave a comedic performance. Unbelievable. If you've never seen Real Genius, it's such a fun time. It's a great movie. But you got The Breakfast Club. You've got Terminator, the first Terminator.
Yeah.
You've got all of the cool action movies.
RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Coming in hot, like.
Yep.
Duh. I mean, the only reason why Pat had to work on freaking F-14 so much probably because that dadgum movie.
Nah, they were just a really crappy aircraft that broke a lot.
The Goonies. Oil, it's got
yeah, the Goonies. Just Okay Gamer is like, I'm going to make sure you say The Outsiders. We saw it, The Outsiders. Judge Dredd? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
That was Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
Stroker Ace. Burt Reynolds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Red Dawn. Oh yeah, Red Dawn was good.
Oh yeah.
My dad, Alan Smith, in chat. He loves Red Dawn, so I'm sure he'll be happy to see that. War Games. I like nerdy sci-fi movies. Okay. Like I like movies that came on the FX in the early days, like these kind of off the wall '80s movies you would find on TV. Those are the ones that I always sort of gravitate to. So like Real Genius, War Games. Maybe the lower budget movies that weren't hits.
Yeah. Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface is a good one.
Say hello to my little friend. This is a terrible impersonation. I get it.
Yeah.
We didn't all have to just sit there in silence and let it sink in.
Quick, do the Indian Johnny Five go. Try that one. Skylar, you go. Were there any good... What was the best sports movie in the 80s?
Sports movies?
Yeah, like a good sports movie in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm drawing a big blank.
Yeah, I'm curious about that because nothing jumps to my mind.
No.
80s sports movies. Let's hit the old Google machine.
Hey, what's up, Brayton Laster? Brayton Laster.
Mad. Well, Major League was in the 80s, really?
Oh.
1989, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Police Academy.
Field of Dreams. Oh, yeah, Police Academy is great.
Mm-hmm.
Would you call Caddyshack a sports movie?
No. Well, I mean,
yes,
phenomenal movie.
Yeah. Oh, what about the Hoosiers? You're not gonna say the Hoosiers? Oh
yeah, that was the 80s. Okay. I mean, great movie.
Not a great slate so far for 80s sports movies. I guess they hadn't really hit their stride just yet. I'm looking down this list and I'm not seeing any huge is Rocky would you call Rocky a sports movie? Any of the Rockies? I wouldn't.
No.
What are we missing here? Or is the 80s really?
See, I think the 80s was also another. I think that's when horror movies really started.
Yeah.
The Friday the 13th and the
Shining.
Yeah, The Shining, the Nightmare on Edgewood and Elm Street. Elm Street. One of
Edgewood.
That's
like completely different. That's a completely different one. It's like where the carpet's the wrong color in their house.
HOA comes after you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a Revenge of the Karens.
Technically, maybe Karate Kid. I like that. Technically, create Karate Kid. Okay.
No. But
that's
what I kind of remember the most about the 80s are all those B horror movies.
Yeah.
They were just tons and tons and tons of. Yeah, E.T. was probably the biggest movie of the 80s.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other ones, old.
Home.
What was the movie where Roddy Piper had the shade? They Live. I think that's an 80s movie. I think it is. Oh God.
I know what you're talking about.
I think it's They Live. Yes, it is. Roddy Piper, the worst actor in history. It was the worst acting job, but he has some of the most memorable lines, even memorable lines that you don't even know. Which is, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, but I'm all out of bubble gum. That's what he says in the movie. That's from
Duke Nukem.
No, they took it from They Live.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. And
Over the Top, Sylvester Stallone again. That was the whole arm wrestling one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Pet Sematary. Yeah.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space is phenomenal. If you've not watched that movie, please go watch that movie. It is phenomenal.
Y'all need to go watch They Live, though. I for some reason love that movie. What he did, he had glasses. This is the most 80s stuff thing ever. He had glasses that when he put them on, he could see the aliens. The aliens lived among us, and they did subliminal messaging. And you could only see the subliminal messaging with these 80s looking sunglasses. Oh my God, it's such a terrible movie, but it's so worth the watch. Look at this guy.
The Naked Gun. Sling Blade.
It won't show. I don't know why. Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
Here it is.
Batman.
What are we showing?
Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah.
And there's the glasses up there. You can barely see it though. But
very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
One of the worst actors I've ever seen, Roddy Piper. Not very great. But it was like that. It was that era where bodybuilders and wrestlers and stuff were all right, let's make action movies.
Yeah, they're just throwing everybody in there. Just get the screen. All
right, we got a lot of people upset about Rocky not being a sports movie. So Child's Play. Is Child's Play in the 80s?
I would.
See, there's a lot of movies that are like really close to the 80s that'll end up being in 90s.
Right.
I get a lot of those confused. Let's see. Surely it is 80s. It is 1988. So good call on Child's Play, Noah. Airplane. I like Airplane. Brian Frauheiger says The Wizard. All you Nintendo nerds will know The Wizard immediately. That had Fred Savage from the Wonder Years, and it was basically a huge Nintendo commercial for Super Mario Brothers 3. It was before it came out, and so it was like this Nintendo commercial they made it into a movie using the biggest child star in America at the time. And it's like, all right, so he's gonna take his mute brother across the country with a girl. They're going to do it on foot. They're going to go to this tournament where they're going to take him. He's like this mute video game savant. He could beat anybody at video games, where you get these nice quotes like the Power Glove. It's so bad. If you've never heard that. Yeah, Brian. Hey, Brian, I got one person that knows what I'm talking about. Anyway,
not a clue.
Yeah, he goes to a tournament to win money, and they're playing the new game, Super Mario Brothers 3, and it's like the first time America had seen the game at all, because it was a huge, like at that time in the 80s and stuff, like Super Mario Brothers came out, then Super Mario Brothers 2 came out. And it was like a different version of the actual. It's like this weird version of Super Mario Brothers 2, and 3 was like this huge. Like people were just unbelievably excited about it. And so that movie come out in conjunction, and it probably helped sell a crap ton of it. Full Metal Jacket, okay. Cujo.
Oh yeah.
Cujo is in the 80s, I guess so, huh?
I would think so.
I think there's a bunch of Stephen King books that came out to movies at that time.
What year was Maximum Overdrive? 1986. See, I've got this weird soft spot for that movie. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah.
It's his only, I think, his directorial debut, but his only movie he ever directed, because it was so bad. It has Emilio Estevez in it, and it's a comet where the Earth is through the comet's tail, and aliens come down in the form of machines or take over machines and kill people. So like the first initial scene was a electric knife cutting a lady. Like the worst.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's a Stephen King one too, and that's one of the worst movies ever made, but it's got a soft spot in my heart. I think I used to watch it a lot as a kid. What else we got? Rain Man.
Yeah, they just keep coming.
Wow. Christmas Story. Okay, we're just naming. We're just Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Okay. Wow, that's really flowing in. We wanted chat engagement, and we nailed it, apparently.
I think so.
I wrote on the docs 80s crap, and this is what we got. I've been doing a little bit of costume looking for the 87 series. We might be doing a little bit of, we've asked people when we do like portraits and stuff, we want folks to kind of 80s it up. So I've been looking on Amazon trying to find that perfect 80s look for a broadcast. Let's see. I feel like we're missing so many really awesome movies, but I think everybody's hit pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
all the big ones at this point.
Tons and tons of them out there.
Oh yeah, Big.
Oh.
God, I love that movie. Well, anyway, we got a lot of other stuff going on. We'll kind of move on from that because we could probably talk about this all night. We've got we've already talked about the Inva code, but
we did.
Yeah, 8 complete sim rigs that we've done now, Pat.
Yes, sir. And then got all the pieces and parts ordered. We'll have 2 more ready to go here very shortly. So we're in the selection process once again to keep those out, getting them out there, and so I'm excited for that. We got the PCs in last week, from Alexander PCs, 2 brand new ones. And so I'm waiting on the rest of the pieces and parts to come in as well. Just put the order in at Next Level. They actually upgraded their GT Racer, which is the seat cockpit that we have been packaging with this thing. They now have the version 2.0. So we're getting the new versions of those as well, which I think is going to
change.
I think the wheel deck is a little bit different. I know that, so it's got some more mounting options with the wheel deck. And then the seat itself has got some more adjustability from what I was seeing.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. I had a great conversation with Next Level this week as well. So so number 9 and 10 will be on the docket here very shortly. And we'll get those out to some very deserving veterans. And then, yeah, we've got a couple of events coming up. Everybody's heard about it about 1 million times, but the SAVE22 hike is in 2 days. So this Saturday coming up, they're in Massillon, Ohio. If you happen to be in the area and can swing by, please, by all means, if you're signed up, that's awesome. It's a phenomenal event put on by a great group of guys, and it can't wait to see, Tuesday Talk next week to see how the whole thing went. And yeah, it's just really, really cool what's happening there. But one of the main things I wanted to talk about when it comes to the nonprofit news is we've gotten a lot of race tickets this year. So we've had a lot of tickets donated to us. We got 4 tickets and parking passes donated to the Indianapolis 500. Those were given away, and Tim and Dan are heading to the Indianapolis 500 with their families to enjoy it and to root on Kyle Larson, because it was the only way I was going to give them tickets. If they had to at least root for Errol McLaren, So those guys are heading to the Indianapolis 500. Jake Ellington's going to be there. I think Regis Clark is going to be there. Mike Browning's going to be there. I don't know how many people are going to be at the 500 itself, but there's going to be a good group of guys from Goat Locker Racing. And then we got the 8 VIP passes donated for the Coca-Cola 600. And so those guys were selected. 2 of those guys are here. I'm never going to get the finger pointing thing correctly. I'm just never going to do it. Yeah. But we got those 8 VIP passes donated to us, which was, it's just awesome what NASCAR Tom, as I love to call him, does for us each and every year. And I'm excited for you guys to meet him. He is a phenomenal individual. He's excited to meet you all. And, we got the house rented. The house is about 35 minutes from the track. Everybody's coming in that Saturday, going to hang out, probably catch the Xfinity race or something. I don't know. Hanging out at the house. And then the next day, Sunday, we'll head over to the track and catch the Coca-Cola 600, which is going to be awesome. And so hopefully, as we're at the track, we can see Kyle Larson's helicopter come in and we can all wave hi to him and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Notice me. Me.
Yeah. Not that he's going to or any of those types of things, but, we can try.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on. And then last night I got 4 weekend passes with parking donated to Goat Locker Racing for the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Weekend passes. You can go to all the heat races. You can go, it's just not the main event that's happening. You can go to everything that weekend, and parking passes. So we got those donated to us. So we're going through right now trying to figure out, who we can get there and utilize those tickets. But I want to give a huge shout out to Dan Cunningham. He is the one that donated those to us, which was just phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out to Daniel Cunningham.
Yeah. Just caught me off guard last night. I was truly humbled by his graciousness, as I always am. When we get these tickets and things donated to us, it's not lost on me. Not only are they great tickets and people get to go utilize them, but they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
The package that was donated to us for the Indianapolis 500 was worth close to $1,000, and that's just face value.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been sold for a lot more on the open market. So I think it's so awesome that, as this year has been gaining more and more momentum, that we're able to do more and more things like this. We're able to send people to races. We're able to, rent a house and get a group of guys together so they can bond together. And then the more people that are learning about it, the more people that want to help out as well. So yeah, huge shout out to Dan Cunningham for donating, that experience to the All-Star race. It's in 2 weeks. But we'll scramble it together. We'll get some guys that want to go to the All-Star race. I guarantee it, and enjoy the weekend for sure. So, it was it's just been humbling and awesome. All the things we're able to do this year, 8 sim rigs so far, not just this year. Obviously, we haven't pumped that many out this year. 8 sim rigs. This is going to be race number 2, 3, and 4 that we're sending people to free of charge. We just continue to do some pretty awesome stuff, Eddie, and it's I'm gonna stand down off my soapbox because I could talk about it forever, and move on to whatever's next. But yeah, anybody that got the tickets, enjoy them. We're gonna have a lot more cool stuff coming up. I'm still working with IndyCar to do some stuff in probably Mid Ohio and the Milwaukee Mile. I've been working with Brayton Laster as well. He's running the full-time ARCA series. We're gonna do some cool stuff for his car at Charlotte. So we're gonna make some announcements about that. We're doing some cool stuff with
Pizza
him.
Man.
Yep. And then we're gonna do some other things, hopefully at IRP with him as well. So we're gaining a lot of momentum right now, having a ton of fun, and yeah.
It's a little bit overwhelming how much stuff Goat Locker's got going on, man. How do you keep up with it all? I don't know.
Do you want my job? Anybody want my job? I am interviewing for a personal assistant at this point in time.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's a lot,
imagine.
man. It really is. It's keeping up with all the racing and everything that happens in there. And all the hate and discontent that gets thrown my way on a day-to-day basis. Guys like Logan Threckheld, Jeremy Gardner, that just want to get in there and just talk shit all the time, and I don't understand it. I'm just a guy trying to do some good in this world.
Yeah.
But can't please everybody, right, Eddie? Gonna have them haters.
That's right.
But no, I mean, when you're how's that old saying go, man? When you enjoy what you do, is it
rock
really work?
in the bush and 2 in the bees or something like that?
Yeah, it was something similar to that. Like a African swallow flies at 56 kilometers an hour, or
what is a kilometer?
Yeah, or like a European swallow. Which one weighs more? I forget that whole riddle, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love what I do. It's a lot each and every day. Piecing together all the stuff that happens within Goat Locker. I have a phenomenal group of volunteers that help out a ton. From my good friend of 30 years, Jamie Barkis, to Jake Ellingson, we can go down the list, man. And to the new guys that keep coming in and stepping up and wanting to be a part of it, like Skylar here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm juggling something every damn day. I got 3 meetings tomorrow. Do you want to take a meeting for me tomorrow? I mean, you got along with Chris. I'm meeting with Chris from Glove Station tomorrow. So
probably tell him I said hello.
Okay.
I'm trying not to burn out like a shooting star over this broadcast and stuff. That's what I'm trying not to do. It's not even that. It's definitely not a complaint or anything like that. It's just I am wired in such a way that when I'm doing something, I'm all in.
Yes.
Like fully in. And this is one of those things that you have to pace yourself. You can't you'll burn out completely. So I'm trying to learn to pace myself, not think about it every day, because I get just completely locked in. I think about it. I'm laying down at night thinking about what do I need to do? Or what cool thing could we do? And it's always something. So I have to try to free my brain a little bit. I'm gonna try drugs or something probably.
I can recommend a couple for you.
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna try any of that. I'm gonna give away some things, but I'm not sure if I'm proud of it. I'm not even sure if it's a thing to be proud of, but I'm so, and I've never smoked a cigarette, never had a dip of tobacco, just never been that type of guy. So don't have to worry about me getting into anything. It's for a reason though. I feel like I got an addictive personality. Like you give me one good hit, I'm probably there forever. So. You want to share any hardcore drug stories there, Skylar?
Nope, ain't got any.
No.
All right. Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. Really excited about all the things that are coming up, and there's just so much. So much is crazy. But also we got racing. We got
to do that too. We've got some championship races coming up. We've half of the series have decided their championship 4.
Happens too fast.
It does, man. It always seems like we put the schedule together, we put it out to the everybody in Discord. Somebody bitches about it and be like, "Why'd you do that?" Blah blah blah. And the next thing you know, the championship race is right around the corner. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, you talk about the ARCA series there, Eddie.
Yeah, the ARCA series have been so much fun. You know, we had a few rumblings once the car swapped over, and that sort of chilled out now, and the racing has been really really good. And the amateur division has been super tight
Mhm.
all the way to the end, and I never really have a good beat on who's going to win the championship. I still don't know. Jeremiah Holt's been really good.
Yes.
He's been really solid here, especially on the back half of the season. So if you're gonna pick a favorite, you know, it's be hard not to pick him. But Calvert has been that dark horse, sneaky guy that keeps just
Mhm.
hanging around in the right spots at the right time, having good races, and so he is he's a threat. My dad, if we can get him to be a little bit more aggressive, I think he can be a threat. He's got to get up there and go get after it, you
Mhm.
know. And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
that's my message to you. I know he's in chat right now. He's gonna have to get after it. Get out
Yeah.
there,
Got to
get
do it.
after it. And then Jamie Lipke coming in hot
Yeah.
for that fourth spot. That is a solid top four when it comes to the amateur division for sure. They have been really great. Mark Cofield, I'm surprised he didn't make it. Much further. I thought he would make it a little bit closer to the end. Devin Smith, I was sad to see him not make the final four, but all those guys, everybody on
Yeah.
that round of 9 there. David Calvert actually got added into
Mhm.
the playoffs. And look at him over here at the final four. So
Yep. Awesome, man. Awesome. Love to see it.
yeah, so well deserving those
Mhm.
championship four. I can't wait. This Monday night's going to be incredible. If you're not watching the Monday night broadcast and supporting this group of drivers, you're going to have 8 drivers fighting for 2 championships, which is sweet. I can't wait. All right, let's get the pro,
Yep.
and we'll show the pro side. And yeah, Andy Kurtz, yours truly, Christopher
Mhm.
Morse Jr., and Timothy Wilms. Move on to the final four. I don't know. I have no clue on this one. Morris has been pretty solid all season long. He has 4 wins, I do believe, on the
Good.
season. In the playoffs, it hasn't been great for him. He's
Mm-mm.
really struggled in the playoffs. So, what a
Yeah.
time to come alive. Then at the final race of the season, I think this is a solid 4. I couldn't tell you
Mhm.
who I think is going to win. I definitely not going to vote for myself because I don't love Texas. This season's been pretty awesome. Mark Whitley has come in and sort of took a lot of the wins away from folks. I mean, he's just been kicking butt
Yeah.
in a couple of different series, but I don't know. I'm trying to reflect on the season. It was really sort of a Christopher Morse Jr. show early in the season, and then Whitley got there, and it's been sort of a Whitley show. I was happy to win Dover. That's a track that I love to win at, so to be able to get the win there felt pretty darn good. So finally got back into the win column. Been fighting second place. I think average finish a second over the entire season.
It's pretty impressive,
And
man.
that's a lot of second place finishes. So I'm
Yeah.
really happy to get a win. So, and maybe we'll have to do it Monday night too. So we'll see.
Hey.
Solid series.
Yes.
I've enjoyed it.
Mhm.
This has been a fun experiment, I think, and I think it's really worked out.
I don't think it's an experiment anymore. I think it's just going to be a mainstay.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, it's
so.
been a blast for me being a new driver, going in
Yeah.
there. You got all the pro drivers, AM drivers. Some of us are learning, some of them are teaching, just having a good time.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the AM split? For somebody that's new, does it kind of take that pressure off of like, I can't beat these guys who are just been doing it for 12 years? Does it kind of help take that pressure off when you?
Yeah, for me, it's a little less pressure. It's kind of, I'm driving around like these guys are way faster than I am. I'm not going to catch up to them, but I do see that little yellow plate in the back there on that one. I'm going for that one. So kind of,
There we go. There we go.
Like, I'm going to try to keep up with this guy, try to get ahead of him next time,
Yeah,
But,
well, it's just fun that the amateur drivers get to be winners. They get to have an interview. It's not just like they get the most points and they're scored that way. No, they get to be interviewed, and when you win, you get that. So it's cool to hear. I'd love to hear more feedback about that. I don't really know if there's much improvement. I like it. I think it'll be interesting maybe going forward. It's who moves up, who stays, who that I think that could be an interesting through the off season is to see who has done enough that they move up.
Mhm.
Who's who maybe needs to be moved down. That can all be interesting discussions. But I think right now they nailed it. They nailed the Pro-Am split so far. I can't tell you somebody that's in the wrong division.
Mm-mm. No, I think it's run really, really well. And, Jake and Dan went through and kind of selected people and where they should go. And they've kind of kept tabs on those types of things too, especially when new guys come in. So no, they just done a phenomenal job with it.
Yep. Well, that's your final 4 or the final 8 really for the ARCA series. So we'll move on to the next one in line, which is going to be your Xfinity series, which I got the pleasure of calling that race, and boy, was that a wild one. The first thing that jumps out to me was that Ellingson blew his motor on lap 4, pushing you to the lead. Blew his motor and stayed in it. Went a lap down. He was on the tail end right in front of the lead. Y'all kind of tried to keep him out front.
Yeah.
So if he got a caution, he'd get back around and fought hard, stayed with it, didn't quit, and came within 2 points of getting in. On the final lap when they had the big wreck, Christopher Morse makes contact with somebody. I can't remember who it was. He was yawed out at about a 48-degree angle. Had he spun all the way around, we'd be talking about Jake Ellingson being in the Final 4 versus Christopher Morse being in there. So I think that from a viewer's standpoint, Talladega as the cutoff race for the Final 4 is pretty awesome.
I loved it. I mean, I just got to go for it since I'd won the week prior. So it makes it chaotic for sure. But yeah, fun race though.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot of movement, a lot of playoff drivers having issues. They've all fought hard back to get back in there. Pendleton was kind of the only driver, I think, that just well, no, he had an issue. He got into Marcus, so they had a little dust up there. Yeah, I thought maybe he was the only one that really didn't get into anything, but every playoff driver there was in it. Jewel was in it right up until the 07 turned right in front of him. Or got turned.
Come on now. Yeah.
And Sawyer was in at one point. He was good. Levi was in at some points. No, Levi wasn't there. But Jewel and Sawyer, it was just constant movement there. It was so awesome for a broadcast, and it's a fun watch to see the points kind of play out. Very exciting. I can't say. I feel like there's so many deserving drivers in this particular series. It's hard to say if this is what I expected. It's a solid 4, but I don't think it was what I expected. I expected maybe a few different ones here and there. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
That's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of great racing in this series. We've had a lot of races that have gone, green to checkers, or only had 1 caution or 2 cautions. So there's been a lot of strategy that's played out, whether it's kind of pit strategy or fuel saving. So it's made for a lot of really, really fun racing. And Logan put together a hell of a schedule, and we've had a lot of fun with that schedule. So it's going to be a lot of fun next week at Texas. We'll battle it out and see who comes out on top, man.
That's it. Well, you Hidden Wit Brewing Xfinity Series. Can't wait to see how that plays out. And then we have the Wednesday Night Cup Series. That was another wild race last night. Patrick, you've been sort of on a tear in both series here lately. The Friday night series is pretty competitive, but in these, it seemed like you've been able to kind of come alive here. Similar to the way you did last season in the Xfinity car. You won like the last 4 races and just kind of went on a tear in that series through the playoffs. And so far, that's been sort of the case here in both these series.
Yeah, I mean, last night was just a little bit of,
chaos.
Yeah, it was a little good luck on my part too, just being in the right place at the right time. And then, Jeremy Gardner had the car to beat last night. I mean, they're just hands down, no doubt about it. I jacked up qualifying, put myself in it from behind, but a couple guys just kind of snapped their car loose coming out of 2 and nosedived into the wall, and gained some more position. And then, I that final restart, we had, I think 25 laps to go or something along those lines. And, Gardner tried a couple different times but couldn't get around me, so able to bring home the win last night. So that's going to be a dogfight next
It's a
week.
scary top 4 for me.
Yeah, that's
not
just going to
favorite.
be. It is going to be an absolute dogfight next week at Texas, man.
Yeah. Well, that race had a lot of cool stuff, or not cool stuff, a lot of just wild. We didn't really have a lot of points to show it off, but I mean, at one point Whittington was in the lead and crashed out of the lead. He needed to win basically to get in, and he was leading the race, got a little bit loose, overcorrected into the wall, and done.
Right in front of me.
Yeah, if he would have won the race, I'm out. He's in.
Yep.
Taylor had issues early on. He got into a scuffle
with me
on a restart. Was it you?
Mm-hmm.
You run in the back of him? Okay.
Yep,
he goes
sure
down at the inside, but drove back up to third, so he had a good recovery.
Yep.
I got into Jake. Me and Jake raced side by side for probably, I don't know, 10, 15 laps, it felt like. And I come off the corner a little bit. He didn't go all the way to the wall, which is not his fault, but I got a little bit loose and chased it. And it was just like the worst time for him not to go all the way to the wall because I got a little bit loose. And I thought I just wrecked myself, and then all of a sudden I see him sitting sideways. So I just then proceeded to blunder all the way through the race. I came down pit road after that spin where everybody else came down. I took no tires. So I go back out on track, and then I go, well, that's stupid. I shouldn't do that. So I go back down pit road, go to the back, take tires, basically EOL myself. And then I went out on the track, drove through the field, had a great run. We had green flag pit stops, and then Levi McCarty wrecks Brad and Evans during the pit cycle. It's just the wildest thing, and I was right behind them. And I was going to be the lucky dog until that came out. And I was the lucky dog. And so I get the lucky dog, I go around, and I immediately come in pit road, get 4 tires, and the pace car just drives by. And I go a lap down again. And so then I come out, and I'm like, okay, I need to get around George Jewell. That's the only person. And then I'll get it on and caution came out almost immediately before I could try to even get to him. And so he goes around, gets the lucky dog, and I'm just stuck in ninth, a lap down. Like, I don't know what the point situation is, but hopefully I make it. And got lucky that me and Levi McCarty tied, and I got him I got the tiebreaker just by 1 position at Kansas. So that's how close it was. So disaster of a race, but a wild one through.
You got it all out of your system.
Yeah.
So next week is going to run great for you.
Well, shout out to Timothy Williams, who has been really, really good, solid, all playoffs. I think he has been fast. He's been up in the top 5 almost every time. So shout him out as well. But yeah, this is the one that I have the least confidence in. I have almost no confidence that I will be competitive enough to win the championship. So I'm just going to show up and have a good time.
There we go.
That's
all you can do.
I call it the Garrett Kinder method. If any of y'all don't know who Garrett Kinder is, that guy has more fun on iRacing than anybody. And I always just try to adopt his method, the Garrett Kinder method.
Love it.
Well, that's it for the set playoffs. I don't know on Thursday night. Let's see.
Well, I know, like we talked about earlier, Lipke won the night, so I don't know exactly where their playoffs were at and who made the top 4 for them.
Yeah.
And then we've got an absolute dogfight on our hands coming on Friday. Some Yahoo decided to put the cutoff race to the championship 4 at Martinsville Speedway. So we're going to go play bumper cars.
I can't wait.
There are 3 of us tied in points for 3rd place.
It's gonna be great.
And then Jeremy Gardner is showing up in a must-win situation.
Yeah.
So there are 3 of us tied
last week
in points, and Jeremy Gardner showing up in a must-win at Martinsville Speedway. So hopefully everybody in the Fab shop reinforces the bumpers and all that stuff because they're gonna. And then I think we got enough boosts of our Discord server to handle the soapbox afterwards as well, because there are going to be some people with some extremely hurt feelings after that race, because guys are going to make it to the championship and guys are going to miss the championship race based on somebody's bumper tomorrow. Guaranteed.
External brakes. That's all it's going to be.
Yep. I guarantee
Well,
it.
I think the only person that is kind of safe is Jake Ham by
Yeah.
points. I think he's pretty safe, so he'll be the
Yep.
probably the only guy smiling at the end of it. Everybody else will be sweating and out of breath
Yep.
and just relieved. So he should be okay. But yeah, tune in V Speed. Oh, and we do need to talk about it. We
Mhm.
talked about doing what kind of how we were going to do the broadcasting, and we really didn't announce it, but we're going to do all of our broadcasting on V Speed, and there's some things behind the scenes that
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about, but I think it made the most sense, and I'm excited. I'm really thrilled with that decision to have everything on V Speed. They're such a great partner. They got some really great people that do good work over there, and so to be partnered up with them again and have that all the broadcasts and all the new people that can come in and
Yep.
broadcast on V Speed, give them a home and a place that they can collaborate with other folks. I'm excited about that. I got a soft spot for V Speed. Obviously, we put a lot of work in, and I just like the people over there. They do really good stuff, and a lot of people over here at Goat Locker in the broadcaster channels from V Speed, so it works out perfectly, I think. So
It does, and we're excited about it too because that has been the goal for a very long time here is to have people one place that they could go see everything, and they don't have to go to this broadcast company or that broadcast company or this YouTube channel or that. They can go one place and see everything, and so we're super excited about it. Been partners with you and V Speed for a very long time, so it just made great sense to do that. And then all of our people that have stepped up now got a really cool home to go to as well, and a lot of resources available to them.
yep.
Other announcers, other producers, all the resources that are going to be available to them. So what a really, really cool deal. But yeah, and then we got the sports car series. I think that one's kind of decided. There's no
Yeah.
playoffs there. But Ken Huber in that Corvette has just been stomping mud holes the entire season. Which has been kind of crazy. And then the InVets Truck Series on Sunday. I mean, a lot of things to be decided this Sunday coming up as well. So yeah, as the season winds down, and again, to kind of let everybody know too, as we kind of wind down a couple different things. Once the season's over, we're off for 3 weeks. We'll throw some things in there. We've got some silly qualifying challenge stupidness that's going to happen that I've heard about. So we'll do a couple fun things, during that 3 week time frame, and then the summer series will start on June 2nd. So we always take these breaks in between the seasons, let everybody breathe, especially me, so I can attend to some other things, and then we'll get things rocking and rolling again. So yeah,
Well,
exciting times, man.
I'll say take your break. Everybody,
Yes.
not just Pat, but
Yeah.
take the break. Don't be throwing up races every night. Take the break, and that way you don't get burned out, because it's so easy to get burned out doing something like this. You just so take the break, enjoy it. We'll have some fun runs that people smash the passes, things that kind of just let off some steam.
Hell yeah.
And then ready to come back. We got some folks that like to take, Jonah Colbert. He's the type of guy, he'll come and race for 2 years and he'll be gone for a year.
Yep.
And sometimes it's nice to take an extended break, because then when you come back, you kind of rejuvenated. You've got that extra little bit. So it's good to take some time off, and so I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, of just kind of chilling out.
Yep.
Taking a couple weeks to kind of prepare. I got some stuff I want to work on, need some of that extra time. So looking forward to it. Get some more broadcasters rolling, and knock it out of the park whenever it comes down to the summer and the fall series. Fall series is sort of the idea that we're kind of working towards
Mhm.
to make sure, but the summer series is everybody jumped on board so quickly that I feel like the summer series is going to be, what we were the goal for the fall series. We're going to be ready to roll.
Yeah.
These people stepping up. I still got people messaging me almost every day. Hey, I'm working on this. I've got this. I'm going to send you this. I'm going to try to do a race and record it, send it to you. Announcers are, jumping in on times to shadow. Jamie Lipke's going to be shadowing on Friday night. So I just want to say,
Nice.
personally, thank you to everybody that is putting in work, putting in time. Whenever we can field all GLR broadcasters and it be. Think about when somebody that is not from Goat Locker comes in and broadcasts, and they'll do a great job. There's a lot of partners that have done a great job, but think of how frustrating it is when they don't know your name. or they don't know what kind of driver you are, don't know much about you, don't know how to talk about you and stuff like that. How awesome it's going to be to have people internally who can come in and they know the league, they've been a part of the league, and they know you, and they can tell the stories and all these type of things that I think is going to make this whole deal just amazing. So thanks again to everybody that stepped up and is still stepping up. Even guys who are like, I don't know if I know much about this, but I'd like to be a part of it. Those guys are incredible too. They've been putting in work, and so I want to thank everybody for doing that. And Skylar, thank you for showing up tonight and doing this with us. I know
I
me and Pat
appreciate it.
we've been running our mouth a little bit too much, not giving you some spots to jump in there, but we appreciate you coming and talking about yourself, telling us, letting the league learn more about you. And I think on the track on Tuesday nights in the summer, we'll see a lot of you on the track.
You'll probably see me. You might be fighting for second, but I'll be fighting for second for last. All right, so we'll be up there.
Well, we'll see your paint schemes everywhere, because I think everybody will be running one of your schemes of some sort. So thank you for being a part of the community and stepping up in the ways that you have. Looking forward to working with you and doing some cool stuff with you. Thanks everybody for watching. Huge crowds the last couple weeks in here,
awesome.
Talking, being a part of the podcast. I hope that we are doing you service by making it enjoyable. Hope you're enjoying it. If you've got some ideas and stuff, or if you've got criticisms, I don't do very well at taking criticism. I'll be honest. When people criticize my new broadcasters, I get a little hot under the collar, start defending some stuff. But criticism's good. It helps you grow, helps you make things better. So if you got any critiques or things that you want to see, send them my way. I'd love to hear them. Things we can do better on the podcast. But if you send me, try to make it 1 hour, I'm not going to do that. I've given up that pipe dream.
So have I.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Anything from you, Pat, Skylar? Y'all got anything else before we head on out of here?
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all at the track tomorrow night. Truck Series, Martinsville, cutoff race on V-Speed. You got to be there. Check it out. It's going to be one to watch for sure. You're going to have Sky Shrek. You're going to have Logan Threlkeld in the booth killing it as always. Then Saturday night, you got the GT3 Series. It's going to be a fun one. And then Sunday night for the Truck Series. Then we'll be in championship week on Monday. So
yes, sir.
Stick around. There's a lot of stuff going on. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week.